Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George, we are finally done. Vinland Saga Season 1 was an absolute freaking ride,
Wow.
especially the last episodes. Holy frick, those were amazing.
Jeez. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
So good. So good, man. I can't wait till we get to Season 2. We got some of the things we probably should get to first, but it'll be coming soon because I am keen on watching it. Especially if it's supposed to be better, as so many people have said, than Season 1. Boy,
Crazy.
Can't believe it. I don't know how you could do that, to be honest. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you could do that without Askeladd. Like, it is still crazy to me that for so long, I disliked his character, not as, like, a character, but more of, like, what he does. Just so morally reprehensible.
Yep.
But still, just mourning the loss of that character. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Fantastic
It's
writing.
crazy. It's amazing writing. And now that we're finally done and we've digested that wondrous splendor of a show, we are finally going to watch the OP and EDs for the series for Season 1. And this will be our first time viewing them. We always skip them because you never know. It's kind of a grab bag of what they're going to show. And, you know, we're not really losing anything by skipping them. And you have potential to spoil things or see things you maybe didn't want. Like soft spoiling in a lot of cases. So
yeah, like Frierin's intro. Like it would have soft spoiled some characters before they were introduced into the show, right?
Yeah.
And so I like having that be completely a surprise. Even though it's not the end of the world,
right.
It's still nice, you know, still nice seeing it later. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. So without further ado, this is going to be, we're going to start with Season 1 OP1.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Dog Eat Dog World is right.
Yeah, no kidding. Ah.
Jeez.
Yeah, this would have been showing
Sold
him
my
way
soul.
before we saw what happened to him.
Yeah, they should just have Thorkell as well.
It's a great song.
Yeah. Wow, they showed that fight?
I guess so.
Dang, this early. Oh, man. Baby Thorfinn.
Oh, that's a great
gosh,
one.
dang,
Oh, they even showed the
dude.
king. Oh, jeez.
Oh, some good old screamo. I dig it. Wow.
It's pretty relevant, to be honest.
Dang, that was so good. Just like the show, man. Freaking great song.
Seriously.
I really liked that they showed the lyrics in the upper right there with like English and Japanese. I don't know what that other language
it was Furigana. Yeah, it's called like Furigana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was very good. Great
Nice.
lyrics. And at the end, he just descends. He's like questioning everything he's done. I'm assuming it's singing from the perspective of Thorfinn, and it gets a little bit deranged at the end. Just someone tell me. Like, I need guidance is essentially what I got out of it. Thorfinn just screaming to the void. Wow.
Yeah, it's just the right song for this kind of whole situation, right? Like it starts off like very directed, and then it, as you said, it devolves into just like rage and screaming, and that's like what he's become. He's a ball of anger and rage and screaming and violence and in misdirection.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Poor
so
Thorfinn.
yeah, I like the visuals. They're pretty good. I would say like the visuals are pretty good. I like most of the song. I'm not a big fan of Screamo, but I think that it was the right song though. I don't think I would have picked another song. So So it was good. The song was good as well. I would give this like an 8.
That's what I was gonna give it to, actually. An 8. An 8 out of 10. Who knows? I always like to kind of wait to see what the rest of the songs are like, and then maybe reassess the previous ones in accordance to that. But no, it was just really good, really solid. Excuse me. Yeah, the visuals. Yeah,
good.
They were just kind of like,
which is nice.
Some of them were original. Some of them were like shots from the show, like the fight between. Well, actually, the fight between Thorfinn and Askeladd didn't happen where they showed it in the intro. It was later. Yeah.
So it was. They were shots from the show, but they were original shots of, things we'd already seen. Well, or things we would have seen in the future. So it was all original. It's not like they took scenes and just put it in, because some shows do that. Some shows just take stuff from the show and put it at the front. But yeah.
Good stuff, though. Great song. I actually enjoy Screamo. Not all kinds of Screamo. Funnily enough, the type of Screamo I enjoy the most are pop song remakes of Screamo. Because so they'll take like a pop song and they'll make a cover of it, like a band will make a cover of the song, but they'll do it in Screamo way, and it's really good. Like most of those songs are just fantastic. When it's just like raw metal Screamo, the music itself, like the guitar riffs and everything, have to be really good for me to enjoy it. I feel like some Screamo can just devolve into noise, even though some people like that. But when it's got like a pop and melody of a pop song, but it's just like sped up and like given just this like Screamo vibe, dude, it's so good.
I don't think I've ever heard a song like that, but that's not any surprise. I'm not a big fan of Screamo, so. All right, so your score was what?
8 as well.
It was an 8 as well.
8 out of 10.
All right, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, it's I feel like they could have gone harder with some of the visuals. I feel like it was like there was a lot of original visuals and there was some spectacle there, but it just, for some reason, it didn't have like a wow kind of punch to it. It was just very like standard panning shots, lots of characters, stuff like that. So it wasn't not a huge wow factor. So
yeah, the visuals, the thing that I liked the most was the lyrics. The lyrics were just top notch. So good.
No doubt. All right, well, let's get to ED2.
Perfect. Let's do it.
It's just like a burning torch in a storm.
Gonna be whole thing in English? Okay, I was gonna say. Is this gonna be the perspective of the merchant? That'd be interesting.
No.
Or maybe the town looks like. Oh.
Oh man, it's so tragic, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I really like this song.
Oh my gosh. Poor Thorfinn, dude. Oh my gosh. My heart's breaking for him right now.
That one scene with the torch, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang, dude.
Wow,
Both of these songs are so good.
Yeah, I really like this song a lot. This is probably the fastest OPED I've ever seen. Like, it felt like this was like 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
That was fast. Wow. I really like that song. That was like a 10 out of 10 song for me.
That was really good. The lyrics were so good. These are like the two halves of Thorfinn. The first song was like the rage and revenge. And then this was like the little boy still inside that's just suffering.
Yeah.
Just is being overpowered by the revenge. Man,
Sad, man. Freaking sad,
it's
dude.
so sad. Yeah. I'm legitimately sad right now. Like, this is a fictional character, and I am like mourning the life that they've lived. Wow.
Dang.
That was a powerful song. I think it wasn't just the lyrics, I think it was the emotion with which they were sung. There was something about that singer. They did a really good job.
Such a freaking good job.
He
Yeah.
has a great voice.
Yeah, I like it how they pushed a lot of the notes. They gave really good emphasis as they went through sentences and the lyrics. It was really good.
Yeah.
That was something that really stood out to me. I was like, oh wow, they're hitting like some of these, the way they're kind of saying some of these words as they're going through the lines is like really good. It like really adds a nice flow and kind of effort, kind of push to the lyrics. That was really cool. Yeah, that was great. Visuals were really good. Nothing too crazy, but like just what the song really called for. So
yeah, this was a mellow song. I think if you'd had a lot of like fast flashing visuals, it would have broke the tone.
Right.
Yeah,
I'd give this,
I don't know.
the song is so good. I was gonna give it an 8, but honestly the song is so good that I want to give it like a 9, so I give it like an 8.5 at least.
Yeah.
Bordering 9.
Yeah, I want to give it a 9. Like, is this the best opening I've seen so far? And not that I should compare, the openings of other anime to this one necessarily.
Sure.
I don't know. Like, how essentially the only reason why I don't want to give it a 10 is just an arbitrary 10 out of 10 is being perfect, right? And so I'm like racking my brain. Well, what could have I done to make this better? And it's just like, is there anything? I don't know. The lyrics were fantastic. The singing was great. The visuals fit the singing and what they were going for. So I'm running out of anything to say it's not a 10 out of 10. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very impactful song.
Yeah.
Like I said, I legitimately was like mourning Thorfinn's life right towards the end there. I was like, how is this possible?
Yeah.
It's so
sad,
weird,
man.
dude. Stories are fantastic. Stories are the best, man. They can make you feel things, empathize with things you've never gone through. I'm never going to be a Viking trying to avenge my dad and then mourning after I see my, surrogate dad figure that I hated my whole life die. Right? It's just like, what a wild life Thorfinn has lived. And
I can't wait to see season 2, man, to see how that's playing out now with him and that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Do you think, I know this isn't anything to do with the OP that we just listened to, but do you think potentially he's still a child, or do you think we're going to get adult Thorfinn? Like, do you think there'll be a big time jump?
I think there'll be at least a little time jump, maybe, but it could just start right off. But I think there will be some time jump a little bit. I don't think too much, though, but I'm not sure.
I want him to go see his mom, dude.
Yeah.
I hope his mom doesn't die before he gets to see her.
Frick, man.
That would be even worse.
Do we need more tragedy, man. Really? Frick. Right. Well, let's...
So I'll say 10 out of 10 because I can't think of a way to improve it. And so, it was really good. Lyrics are poetic. Extremely good.
Very good. All right. So next we have the second OP for the first season.
Oh, this was the ending.
This was the ED.
I thought this was OP2. Sorry.
No, we always go OP,
yeah,
ED,
yeah.
OP,
Yes,
ED.
we do. Yeah.
We even have the letters down here, George.
I know. I even saw them, but for some reason I was thinking OP. Wow. This is even... Okay, now I'm for sure giving it a 10 out of 10. Paired with the OP that we just had, this is like a perfect ED. Because like I said, this encapsulates the two sides of the coin of Thorfinn. So, yeah, these pair perfectly with each other. All right, I'm happy with my choice.
Excellent. All right, on to the next one. Oh, not expecting
Oh,
that.
I didn't see what it said in the beginning. We'll have to go back later.
Oh, wow. Dang.
Jeez.
Oh, sad.
Oh,
Oh, that's
what a shot.
Amazing imagery.
On his mom.
Oh, interesting. Oh, this would have given so much away about that.
Yeah, it shows that he dies.
Oh, I love these like character shots like this.
Oh. Great song.
Yeah, these are literally shots from the anime.
Yeah. Oh, it was like a repurposed shot.
Yeah. it
Oh,
looks
that
like
visuals. Oh,
Wow.
that was so good.
We've heard the ending of part of that
Wow.
a little bit.
Yeah. The beginning and the very end of both the
Yeah,
the
right.
OPs. Huh.
Okay. What did you think? My favorite thing in this was the 3 shots that they did of Askeladd, Canute, and Thorfinn, where it showed like a kind of visual summarization of the character and their attributes and history, and then it kind of showed some shots of them doing, the things that they do. That was really good. That was so good. What I really didn't like about this one, though, is I hate when shows take scenes from the anime and just literally just pop it right in. And so that's always freaking minus points for me. That's lame.
The shot I liked the most was the shot of Thorfinn, all wounded, following Askeladd, who is following Canute. That was really great imagery there. Yeah, this was a good song and decent lyrics. I still prefer the first OP's lyrics and song though. So if I gave that one an 8, that means I must give this one a 7, even though I still think it's like really good.
Right. Yeah, I mean 7's still pretty good.
Yeah, 7's still pretty good. It focused more on just the war aspect of what was happening at the time, and less so on Thorfinn himself, which to a certain extent, like Askeladd almost became the main character of at least like the last third, I would say.
Yep.
So it kind of fits that it focused less on Thorfinn's internal struggle there a little bit. So it's applicable and it's a great song. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. I think this song is fine. It's a good opening, but it's, that's it. It's good. So it's like a 6, 7. I'd give it a 7. It's not actively worse than that. So yeah. I mean, repurposing shots, it might actually even stray to a 6 because like half of the visuals were like, frickin', I've seen this before. Yeah, it's because it's like part of the fun of an OP, especially, is like seeing cool things. Like, just seeing really crazy stuff that you wouldn't have seen, recontextualized shots or like spectacle and stuff like that. And so when you're taking stuff from the show, and while it is a nice shots from the show, it's just not like we need fantastical shots for the OP, not some freaking just, redone cut and paste stuff that's in the show itself. Right. So yeah, maybe even a 6.
Wow, you're gonna go 6. Okay.
Myself to if you're reusing shots, then you're frickin' losing points.
Yeah, the thing that I look for, like I enjoy great shots and great song and everything, but the thing I look for the most is what tone does it set, right? Like what because like usually it gives a little bit of the show, then the OP, and then the rest of the show, and usually the opening is something crazy, right? And so I don't know, can it fit with whatever they showed in the beginning, in the openings, and it set a proper tone for kind of just the rest of the show.
Right.
So I don't necessarily mind if they reuse shots. Maybe it's also because I haven't seen like a ton of anime openings, I guess. But yeah, I think if it's able to set a proper tone, that's kind of the number one thing I'd look for, I think.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think for me, 7 out of 10. It was great. And I'm almost sad that we're gonna watch the second ED now, because that is the last bit of Vinland Saga that we're gonna get for a little bit.
True. I think that's one of the things I like the most about doing these at the end is like we kind of get really nice send off until, we watch whatever next part of the series, whenever that will be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Very good. Okay, on to the last one then.
All right, let's do it.
Do it.
Feel like I know most of love now. 音もない風に漂う bones 途切れて消えない声の方何も知らないまま戻れないでしょう 同じ色
Oh man.
に映る違う色の息
I like this song a lot. So good.
Yeah.
Make me go, you gotta make me drown. 失うもの
Jeez.
はもう何もない You gonna make me go, you gonna make me drown. No, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. Just let me go, you gonna make me drown.
Oh wow. That shot. Oh, that look of Askeladd. Wow. And then angels coming down to take them to Valhalla at the end.
That's right. All right, for
Wow.
visuals, I give this one like a 3 out of 10.
Really? You didn't like the visuals?
Well, I did like the visuals, kind of, but the problem is,
Okay.
I think most of the visuals in this were scenes from the show just with a filter. So for me,
Okay.
there was almost nothing interesting to see. It was just like, okay, like I've seen all these scenes before, right? Some of them were cool, but they were cool in the show, right?
Interesting.
So
Okay.
that's a big freaking miss. The song is really good. Really like the song. The lyrics, I'm not huge on lyrics, but the lyrics didn't seem super punchy to me in this one either. So this one's like a 6 for me. 6, maybe
Another
5.
6. Okay.
Maybe even 5.
Well, I
Actually,
couldn't
it's
be
5.
more different from you because I'm gonna give this one a 9.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah. I really liked the song.
Okay.
I loved this, like, whatever the filter is, like soft sketch kind of thing, like a low frame rate or whatever it is. I don't actually know what it is. Like paired with the music of the song, it's like I don't know. It felt like a resigned, melancholy march forward is how I would just describe this whole ending.
Sure.
And I don't know. The lyrics were like whatever, I guess. I guess I'll agree that they weren't like crazy punchy. There were some things that were pretty good. I assume this was from the perspective of, well, actually, I guess it could apply to both young Thorfinn and or Thorfinn as he is now, and young Askeladd, kind of just going through with what they have to go through, resigned to their fate, not necessarily wanting to do it, but like what else kind of is there,
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm a very, like, mood guy. So if it's able to portray the correct mood, then I think it's fine. But I don't know. I guess I'll agree that they weren't like crazy punchy. There were some things that were pretty good. I assume this was from the perspective of, well, actually, I guess it could apply to both young Thorfinn and or Thorfinn as he is now, and young Askeladd, kind of just going through with what they have to go through, resigned to their fate, not necessarily wanting to do it, but like what else kind of is there. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm a very, like, mood guy. So if it's able to portray the correct mood,
Sure.
I'll like it, and I think the package as a whole delivered on that.
Dang.
A melancholy, resigned march forward. And then it ends with the angels taking them to Valhalla because, what else is there but death for everyone else, for everyone at the end.
True.
So yeah, no, I really liked it.
Hey man,
I'm surprised you're giving it a 6 out of 10. But yeah, I'm giving it a 9.
I give it a 5 out of 10.
A 5. Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I mean the scene at the end with the angels would have been really cool and impactful if I hadn't already fucking seen it before. Novelty is really important to me, I would say. If you're trying to sell me something, especially if it's an experience, which a lot of the times, like I think OPs and EDs are, like when we watched Jujutsu Kaisen and we watched Freerun and we checked out the OPs and EDs, those were freaking whole experiences in and of itself. And that's what an OP and an ED should be. It should be the culmination, the summary of the show that you're watching, and it should invoke the feelings and the themes and the spectacle that you get from the show. And so for me, if you don't have the novelty and you're just retreading, and you better be freaking knocking it out of the park in every other way to at least like get me some sympathy with, redoing some of the other aspects. But I think visuals is such an important thing when it comes to that if you're going to try and get me into this spectacle, or in not just spectacle, because a lot of times EDs aren't really a spectacle thing, but really sucked into it. Like you can't just resell me a repackaged, filter on version of the stuff I've already seen, right? Like why didn't we get, like they showed that one scene with the two angels, reaching down to the guys, but like why didn't we get a concord of angels in like a spectacular fashion? You could use the same filter, sure, but at least give us like a bigger, more grandiose shot of like hundreds of people dead and angels bringing up lots of people, right, to really sell it. But it was just that one shot from the show, which was pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, I think for me, if it had been like a concord of angels and a bunch of people going to heaven, or I guess Valhalla, like it would have symbolized something else for me. Like having just two angels coming down symbolized like death. Like that awaits everyone. Maybe I don't want to like wax too philosophical about an anime ending, right? But yeah, if it'd been like a bunch of angels, they would have set a different tone. Whereas if it's just like two, it's less about the angels and the going to heaven aspect for me, and more about just death. Death is what awaits everyone in the end.
Right, but if it would had a bunch, you're saying it should have been more about the death? That's what you're saying? That's what you liked?
No, it's what I liked is, like I said, it's characters almost being swept up by the current, and not, I don't know if it's lack of courage, lack of foresight, whatever it is that they're lacking on a personal level, them not being able to turn away from that path. And then no matter what they do, at the end, they're just going to die. And so it was like a...
so this is like the quiet personal moment of these couple people dying, basically.
Yeah, yeah. It's like young Askeladd, the little boy that still resides within that evil man, and then the little boy that still resides within Thorfinn getting just swept up by the current of this evil world. And at the end, they didn't try to fight against it, but even if they had fought against it, it wouldn't have amounted to much, and they would have just died in the end. I don't know. That's like the tone that it gave me.
I see. Sure. Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's why I liked it a lot. I don't know, man. I don't necessarily enjoy depressing things. How do I put this? Because like there's a very narrow lining of depression, if that's even the right term, in stories that really speaks to me. It's like the beautiful tragedy.
Sure.
It's not necessarily just sadness for the sake of sadness. It's like when a character, it's almost like when a character knows better and they can't fight against it. Like there's something about that. I don't know why.
A train wreck in action. You can't stop it, but you can only watch.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different than a train wreck because there's a certain beauty to it, which is it sounds. I hate saying stuff like this because it makes me feel all like hoity-toity, like yes, oh, the beautiful tragedy of life.
Beauty,
It's like-
tragedy is really beauty.
Yeah, so I feel silly saying that, but it really is that, I think. And I don't know why it speaks to me. Maybe there's something incredibly wrong or something incredibly right about me. I have no idea, but
Wow.
there's something about that really speaks to me.
Huh.
And it really felt like this song was it. So that's why I
Okay.
give it a 9.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think this is our biggest division on an EP, an ED, or an OP yet.
I think
9
so,
and a
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Fucking huge.
Yeah. 4-point difference. Wow.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. Well, this was great. This was it's really good. I'm a little disappointed, I think, overall. But I mean, we're coming off of a series that are pretty big juggernauts, Jujutsu Kaisen, Frieren. We really knocked out of the park with those OPs and EDs. And while
Yeah.
Vinland Saga is an incredible series itself, I think the OPs and EDs didn't quite make the mark, at least for me. It looks like they landed pretty well for you, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
No,
I
I'm
think
happy
overall,
with them.
yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And the series, like you said, fantastic. Holy crap. I
Yep.
can't wait for season 2.
It'll be great.
Hopefully it comes sooner rather than later, like I already said. But all right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed our reactions here. Thank you so much to our Patreons who ended up choosing this as our community anime. Right
Yes.
now, our new community anime is Apothecary Diaries. And if you want to see that 2 weeks ahead of time, go ahead and check out our Patreon and or our channel membership. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Everybody.
Take care.